In 1942, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, forcing over 125,000 Japanese Americans into incarceration camps. These survivors were children when their lives were uprooted. They share what it was like being young, having their parents shield them from the injustice of their circumstances.
When we got to camp, the camp was late August, beginning of September, and that's the beginning of a school year. And so then I just became a sixth grader, and so whoever the organizers for the schools were in charge at the Wyoming camp, I guess they had to decide, well, what are we going to do for school? Because school's starting and the camp just barely opened up. And one of the activities that somebody decided on for sixth graders to participate in was an activity for sixth grade boys to play football. This is tackle football for us sixth graders. And so there's 5 elementary schools there in that Heart Mountain, Wyoming camp. And so 5 sixth grade classes formed 7-man football teams, and so we played each other.
I think it must have been 5 or 6 years old. And then, so, well, we had a lot of kids to play with at that time.
My memories are pretty spotty, but I think I had a fairly secure childhood because we had family, and then we made friends with the other people, and so that was kind of normal. My parents spoke fluent English because they were born in this country, but when they went to the camps and they were surrounded by guards with barbed wire, all the residents started speaking only in Japanese. And so that was my first language growing up until we came out of the camps. So I wasn't really affected that much, not like teenagers that were taken away from their high schools, and missed their graduation, things like that, because I was little.
In camp, we saw movies. After dinner, the tables would be dragged off and the benches would be rearranged, and a white sheet would be hung on the wall. And I remember seeing Hunchback of Notre Dame or George Raft in gangster movies. And I remember seeing Japanese samurai movies as well. But they were all pre-war films, and apparently they were either made as silent movies or the soundtrack was lost. And the fascinating thing about the Japanese movies, samurai movies that we saw, when we saw them, together with the film came a man who sat right underneath the screen on the left-hand side, and he had a table set up with steel triangles and coconut shells and other sound-making implements.
I do remember standing in line for an ice cream truck that came into Gila, Arizona. And in 100-degree weather, we stood in line that was a block long to get a single scoop of ice cream. We watched movies on the side of a mountain. And so I don't have any bad memories, but my oldest brother said he did not like a day of camp life. He remembered Florin and Sacramento and Elk Grove, so he missed the outside world. But I didn't have that comparison, so I didn't, luckily I didn't have any suffering from the camps.
Read Longlead's feature, The Age of Incarceration, at ageofincarceration.longlead.com. This is Longlead,